The Walking Dead The Ride is a world-class and UK exclusive with amazing theming, live action and everything you need in an indoor immersive attraction. It has amazing theming such as this, an iconic motorbike from the series, just replicated very, very well. So this is The Walking Dead The Ride in-depth review. The Walking Dead The Ride in-depth review. There will be spoilers. Once again, before I get started, this will contain spoilers. So The Walking Dead The Ride is a retheme of the old X No Way Out coaster. It used to be called X No Way Out, now it's just X. Which just had loads of like music and lights and lasers, and it was generally quite a good ride. It just was really underrated and not many people liked it, but myself personally, I thoroughly enjoyed it with all the lights and the music and it pumping. It was exactly like a nightclub. Not saying I've been to one because I'm under 18, but still it was exactly like a nightclub. It was awesome. It always got really long queues and it was a really good attraction, but some people just said it wasn't very good, which I don't agree with. I thought it was amazing. Tonight is an expo, so I'll be showing you some footage of that because it's the annual pass day tonight from 10 till 10. So at 6 PM we will be going to the marquee in front of Swarm, where I will do some shots of that. I'll include this in the video because I want to kind of do a goodbye video to X, because this kind of thing in the marquee is an expo, so it's going to be telling us the history of X and what X was like, and we might even see some theming from X or one of the cars. I don't really know, but it should be pretty cool. So I'll show you some shots of that. So we're going to start off now with some shots of the expo and the history of X. So those were some shots of the X Expo and just generally some history and some facts about X and just some old photos. And really that's about it for that bit. Now I'm going to tell you in full and detail with spoilers. I'm going to tell you once more, there will be spoilers. If you haven't ridden this attraction already and you do want to ride it, then don't watch this video. You can skip till the end, and I'm going to talk about something else at the end. But again, there will be spoilers. I know I'm repeating this, but people will have a go at me if they watch the video and don't see spoilers. So if you don't want to go off, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So The Walking Dead The Ride is an immersive attraction with amazing theming, a full-scale watchtower, which is a recreation of one in the prison that is in one of the series of The Walking Dead. I don't currently watch The Walking Dead, but I have seen some photos and some videos of The Walking Dead, and the stuff that they've built is really accurate, and they also only had 4 months to build the whole attraction, but in my personal opinion, it's actually really impressive. 4 months to completely retheme the attraction and to put brand new theming in and just loads of new stuff is really, really good. So you start off in the pre-show, it's just a general basic pre-show, 3 screens in front of you and some theming, odd bits of theming around you, but generally quite a basic pre-show. In my personal opinion, the pre-show isn't the best. I prefer Downright Go Straight pre-show, which is a lot better and a lot more in detail. This one is basically this pre-show basically just tells you, we need to take you into the safe zone, and you have to run, and then you have to go into the safe zone. So once you go past that, you open the door, and then you literally just walk down a long corridor with amazing theming. It's kind of, I don't really know what it's themed to, but there's loads of prints on the wall saying like Area B, Area C, Area C, Area D. And halfway through, there's an announcement saying Area C is shutting down. So basically, you've just passed the Area C, of course, when it says the announcement. So it's kind of almost acting like when you pass an area, zombies invade the last area. So kind of like you want to get onto the ride so then you don't get killed by zombies, because no one gets killed by zombies, do they? So yeah, so generally that's really good theming, not much to it again, just corridors. Then you get to the holding bit where you're about to go into the station, where staff member asks you how many people there are in your group, and then she batches you, or he or she batches you to the actual air gates, which is where you go on the ride. That's just generally good, but there's a full-scale truck in that room, which is really good. Also, there are a couple of Easter eggs to the show, and some real props from the series, such as a hat worn by the character Carl, which I found, I'm not certain, but I think that character is currently dead. He's been killed in The Walking Dead. But yeah, so there's an actual hat from him. There's loads of other stuff, and on the number plate of the Walking Dead of the van, not the van, the truck, it says X no layout WD, reference to so that was also the code name for this ride when it was getting redeveloped, and also it has like the X name on it and WD, which stands for Walking Dead. So really, I think it's a really funny kind of like little hint. Also in that room they've still left the door for the disabled entrance. It's not an actual entrance to the ride anymore, but they've literally just left the door there. Maybe it's because they couldn't afford to take it down, but it's kind of like a little, funny hint. When you get on board the ride, it's the normal thing, as I just said, get your seatbelts put on and that's it, and then you turn the corner and you start the ride. It's fully immersive, loads and loads and loads of theming everywhere. Everything is themed to the littlest of things. Up the lift, there's like pipe works and signs similar to like stuff over here, as you can see. That's why I've chosen to film in this bit, because these are the kind of similar kind of signs, like American kind of signs. I'll show you a shot right now. I can't film on board the ride, so I can't actually show you anything from the ride, only a bit of the indoor walk before the ride. I'll show you a shot right now of a sign in here, which is the kind of very similar to one of the signs there actually is on the ride. So cue that now. So, I've just shown you a shot of that. So that Route 66 sign is pretty much exactly the same. It hasn't got a picture frame around it, but it's a proper Route 66 sign. So once you finish on the lift hill, you go down, and then that's when the ride really starts. You have, for the first section, in my opinion, is the weakest. There's kind of almost two sections to the ride because of the block break to kind of stop it a little bit. So the first section is not that good. There's just a couple of mannequins, which are like just fake zombies jotted around with quite good lighting, so when you pass them, they light up. But that's not too good. And the first bit, when it starts to get really good, is there's a block break. So block break is when the car just slowly stops, so then other cars can come on the track. So for that, it slowly stops, but while you stop, there's audio playing, which is actually really cool as well. But the next bit is the best, in my opinion, one of the best bits of the ride. It isn't the best, but one of the best bits is after that, there's a couple more turns, and then you go down for the photo. That's really cool. And when you go down for the photo, there's about 6 or something on the side. There's like 6 or 10 zombies on the side, like fake ones, which is really, really cool in my opinion. And then it properly kicks in, and that's the best bit of the ride. Now this is a big spoiler, because if you don't know what's happening, then this kind of ruins it. There's a block break. It's like vertical, like a little bit sideways, and you stop. There are 3 screens on the wall, and each one has like walkers kind of clawing, and there's a light in front of you. It's like a moving headlight, so it can move around the light. It kind of like focuses on, so it's supposed to be like a spotlight. So if you're like in a show or something, there's like lights that like follow the actors. It's kind of like that, so it's spotlights, so it kind of like focuses all on the train. So the train is here, but like I said, it kind of like goes all over it, which is really, really awesome. Then it gets even better. There's an announcement from one of the guys. There's in this whole experience, there's a guy called Dylan who is the character in it, and he's like trying to help you in here. He says, we can't get you started. So basically what the car does is it jutters forward once, 2 times, 3 times, and then moves back. So basically it goes forward and stops, then goes forward and stops, then goes forward and stops, and then goes, which in my personal opinion is really dramatic and gives a bit of fear, because some people think, oh no, the coaster's broken or something, so it's really, really realistic. And when you go forward and backwards, you don't just jolt slightly, you properly like jolt backwards and forwards, which is really, really fun. After that, there's not really much. Go down a couple little bit more and like turn around a little bit, and then you have the smoke, which is really cool. So you have a bit of like a smoke system, which is also really cool. And then basically you go into the last block braces when you finish. From that bit, there are just flashing lights and 2 other mannequins, but nothing really that special. Then it starts. So you would think, you know, you get off the ride, you're finished, but not for the Walking Dead the ride. No, no, no. So again, I'm going to say spoilers. This is the most spoiler of the whole ride. They tell you to run off quickly, so you go to the other side. There are doors. They say don't dare to open inside, which is something in the show. And then you go into this cafeteria area where there are actors around there, zombies, so real actors acting out as zombies to scare you. So they may touch you and grab you and like make weird noises and try and scare you and come up really close, which is really, really good. And they're really good actors as well. And there's like 3 or 4 of them sometimes on there, depending on the day. So it's really immersive. Loads of actors. After that, you go down 1 or 2 ramps. Sometimes you get some actors like clawing their hands over a ramp, but pretty much once you go down the ramps, it's pretty much done. You go like, you just go around the corner, and then the rest of the exit is just walking down. There's a little section where it's pitch black, but there's not really any actors there, it's just to kind of scare you. And then it says in the wall, light at the end of the tunnel, and then you walk out and you're finished and the ride is over and you collect the bags. That is everything that happens when Walking Dead the ride. So I know it was spoilers, but for the Walking Dead the ride, it's kind of hard not to spoil it, so I'd rather just tell you everything. And if you have watched it and you have got spoilers, then I'm really sorry, but there's no point complaining, because I've told you many times the spoilers. So like, really, please don't complain. Anyway, subscribe, like, comment, follow me on Instagram. I think it's Zach's Daily Life. It might not be. It'll be in the description anyway. So follow me on Instagram on that. Twitter @ZachHassler. Goodbye.